What do you want me to do exactly?
Make a custom level if you want to.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'll I'll just make a simple collection one. Um, hmm. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for that to finish loading. You want to know one thing? I've never actually created a level in this game, so this ironically is my first time. I'm
Interesting.
ever creating one. I'll make just a simple long course, simple course to complete. These with at least a few turns and such.
We'll be right back.
Alright, I'll keep working on this. Like,
I'm back.
welcome back. Obviously, I might as well mention I don't really know what I'm doing with this level. I'm just making a simple level, nothing too complicated. Obviously, without the level editor getting updates anymore, thanks to the dev of passing and such, I'm just making a quick and simple level, all that that can easily be completed.
Yeah.
I can typically change the NPC skin to being something else. For some reason, none of my skins decided to load up. So I'll just choose you, the default skin.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Yeah. Oops, I can delete the NPC. Yeah, I did. That's the second NPC. And I'll just decide on random. Oh. I'm not kidding that this level's very short. Right, so yeah. Oh, did I not make? Okay, I think I didn't set it up correctly. Yeah, I'm gonna rebuild the breakable walls though. Yeah. Now if you go to yeah. And this is just a pretty basic level, so there isn't as much I can mention that I'm lead.
Mm-hmm. Squeeze it.
Cool. I do want to mention, if you do actually put the required victim to be higher alongside, or the Thiccs to be higher, you actually won't be able to complete the level. And so if I go ahead and just like bump and progress through the level, well, I actually can't complete the level because of the requirements being set the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
Also, most levels don't set a score requirement. And, yeah. Also, here's a clever little trick. In case if you're stuck, try spinning.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
Alright. Yeah. I also might as well mention there isn't really a hard cap on how big the character can get. So if I go to the object list and place down as many as I can, not only am I literally creating the light of the world here, but there ain't really a size cap at all. Also, involving Oreo here, his design was changed, but I like his older design more. That could just be a me thing, though. Also, one random thought I actually had is how many Thiccs the player collects across all the levels. Sometimes that happens if you rotate in a weird spot.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Oh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I placed a couple of moving ones there and accidentally collected them by accident. Yeah. I do want to mention something real quick. Like involving the level editor, there actually isn't really a size cap for how big the player can get it, like, at all. So if I go ahead and, like, return to the menu to set everything, right after the game decides to load. Or crash on me, that works too. There ain't really a size cap on how big the player can get, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go ahead and place down the player and then NPC, oh, there's all my skins. And then this classic lucky. Yeah. While NPCs have a hard size cap on how big they can be, with their maximum size being 20, the player doesn't exactly have that property at all. If I go ahead and place down a Thicc and then turn up its max cap to 10,
Yeah.
I have to ease up. And then collect it. Or if I miss it. Yet, while the player can get quite big too, in fact, if I actually go ahead and run a test and then just bop into Kuro, yeah, it transfers over to me, and now I'm probably as large as them. I'm gonna place a secondary NPC at max size as a test. I'll use Lucky. As an example.
Mm-hmm.
I'll actually use Sumo NPC to avoid accidentally bopping Lucky and causing him to deflate. Let me just move him there. And then if I bop Burrow here, weirdly enough, I'm actually smaller than him. So if I collect this... Oh, and I deflated him. Here's how I think the code works behind the scenes involving in the size stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have to... Or if I'm not larger at the size or bigger than Lucky when he's Sumo, for Sumo NPCs, they'll just push you away. But for normal NPCs, it doesn't matter how large you are. As long as you hit them hard enough, that happens. But I believe if I bump Lucky right now, yeah, he's still technically bigger than me. So I believe behind the scenes involving the game's code is that it transfers 50% of the size over to the player, which is why I couldn't deflate Lucky at all.
Yeah.
So if I go here, go to size stuff, and set his size down to 10, which is half of 20, it should be around his size when I deflate a Pearl. Plus as well, I won't have to worry about X. No, I'm bigger than him. Him, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like 95% of it might be returned. Which for Lucky, I'm using Lucky as a size comparison, should be around here. Also, by the way, if you have a keen eye about this skin in particular I'm using, Oreo as it's described as,
Squish,
it is actually...
squish into corner. Squish into corner.
Oh, just push him towards the corner?
Squish into corner.
Push into corner?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, while I move Lucky, yeah, I have to like kind of nudge him a little upwards. It's, yeah. Texturing can be a little jank at times, especially involving character sizes and such. Involving the textures. But either way, I do want to mention involving what I think the code is. It's not so much... I wonder how much of it actually is getting transferred over. Because clearly 50 isn't big enough. Just by Lucky. Oops. I got pushed away from him. So, in terms of size and such, Lucky is still noticeably larger.
Mm-hmm.
character. So clearly it's not 50%, because it's still bigger. Maybe it's 40? Yeah, I also am going to mention involving Oreo here. This is actually his older design, an older design of Oreo. The newer one is different. And in fact, I'm pretty sure it doesn't even follow the usual, what the original one was. But either way, Dave Anderson has sort of, still kind of has maintained the design. And I guess the Infiltrator. I guess I just like the design. I do think it's actually 40% of it carries over from a 20 size NPC. Yeah. But, yeah. But of course, this is just me making a very big NPC.
Although, can you like make them like, you know, being squished like between like bunch of NPCs?
Oh, like putting the player or a sumo NPC?
To some NPC like being like squished between the large sumo NPCs.
Here, hold on. I mean, that may still be hurting, but that's not going to stop me from putting on my headphones so I can hear you more clearly.
There we go. You can go ahead and say what you're going to say.
Like, can you like make yourself like be squished between like bunch of small NPCs?
I can try, but sumo NPCs are a bit finicky. Typically, I might as well mention, you can't adjust the starting size for the player. But yeah, that is something you can do. Sumo NPCs are just players, are just the player character, but are able to be moved around. Oh yeah, I forgot skin 3 is also Oreo. So I'll just change the skins to random characters. Oh god. Experienced a frame rate drop. Typically, every character skin is just a skin. They don't directly affect the game at all, and are purely cosmetic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you pretty much can. And I also might as well mention there can only be a maximum of 6 NPCs of either type.
Oh.
There can't be more of them. Yeah, and if I go ahead and test, I might as well mention sumo NPCs cannot knock each other out. So they'll kind of just push me around when I bump into them, which is actually how they're programmed. They're actually shoving me around quite a lot. Oh, they stopped. But typically speaking...
And when you make yourself large? Now?
Well, if I go ahead and place down one of these, increase its size to its maximum, even if I'm large, I have to be large enough for their size requirement. And so even if I collect this, I'm not large enough, so the size requirement. So even if I shove them, they'll still push me. They'll still try and push me, but I'm not big enough to, deflate them and such. So yeah, it actually requires a second one, and to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go ahead and load up a test, grab both of these. Oh, weirdly enough, I can't deflate them. I guess I'm equal size. Nice, because behind the scenes, I believe size values are tracked. So I'm at their size value, it's just I need to be larger than them, I believe. They also can't really push me that well. Oh, okay, see, he barely moves me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I believe if I throw in just a single goal one here, decrease its size to 0.1. Move the camera to stop the characters from flickering. Grab all 3. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, so that's what I believe is going on involving the code, involving how sumo NPCs are deflated.
Mm-hmm. Very big.
Yeah. There isn't really a size cap as well.
Can you be bigger than the map, by the way?
Yes. There isn't a size cap. In fact, there's no size check at all. So if I go ahead and like this, spawn player in, and set like 3 to maximum. Oh wait. Yeah. While there is an end of level trigger, the game typically still requires Thiccs and victims be placed. But if you don't want the level to end, you can just place the end of level trigger out of bounds.
Yeah.
Also, I hope you ended up noticing how when it says next round, that some of the text is larger than normal.
I noticed that.
Yeah. It's a funny little clever detail that involving the whole game's world and such. So, yeah. Also, the camera can be a little finicky when it comes to testing and such. Yeah.
Oh. A bit more.
Yeah, obviously I'll have to do this to fix the camera.
Yeah.
There also isn't a score cap.
Well.
As you can see, there is no size cap in the game. The only size cap that can be used is obviously how big the map designer intends
6,
on the player getting.
7, 8, 9.
Yeah, I think one more will do.
Probably 10 more.
Alright. I'll place them up here so it's easier to count them.
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
5, 6, 7, 8.
There we go. I'll
Mhm.
place one more additional one just in case.
Yep.
Alright. Oh my god.
Can you move?
Yeah. No, I cannot. The character is completely stuck. Stuck.
I think probably you are squished by the ceiling.
Well, there isn't really a ceiling involving the game logic.
So what happened with the texture?
It was just getting all scrunched up. 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 Either way, if I go ahead and reset everything again. And gameplay wise, there's also blueberry mode as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, an unlockable mode that you can get upon beating the game normally. Okay. Oh wait. Okay. 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 As soon as you complete the main set of levels, you're able to enter unlock access blueberry mode or inflation mode if you don't want to mess with the coloring.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially speaking, your character will just inflate it, and once they hit the size cap that was chosen on by the level comes to an end. Basically, the faster you complete the level, the more points you earn. It is possible with some skill and timing for you to actually complete the level right at the last moment. And then this is what max size looks like for one that I mean. There's an option to turn off popping but I have it off. And because I didn't complete it, you failed the level.
Yeah.
Well, even the loading screen gets affected. But typically speaking, the goal for the blueberry mode levels are just speed run. Also, they can't be more than 2-player objects.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind, I guess I found a glitch. Oh, that does not look normal. I think the game kind of just decides randomly.
How make you Raj in default, by the way?
You can't, unfortunately. Kind of. The only way you can really do so is by placing one of the Thiccs on top of the player as soon as the level starts. Like so. So if I go ahead and put this here, then start the level. I said start the level. Start the level. One moment. I think the game is being weird. Oh, I think I freaked out the level because I placed down an extra player character, so the game didn't recognize there was another one. Yeah, and like so.
Mm-hmm.
This does cause a bit of score telepathy because you start the level off with points already. Okay. Now, you are obviously able to place more on the player if you want to have them start at a particular size. This obviously only works for normal levels.
Yeah.
So if you want the player to start at a larger size, you can just do that. This is because in blueberry levels, collecting them actually deflates the player. So if I go ahead and move the player over, turn on blueberry mode, and then start, you can see if I don't touch anything and let the character touch them,
Yeah.
naturally, yeah, you see it deflates the player.
Mm-hmm.
-1 level exclusive to the campaign. And there are more things in the game that aren't directly available to the player. However, I feel like if the community is able to do so, because believe it or not, there might be a possibility of decompiling this game and making a mod that gives access to the rest of the level editor options, stuff that's exclusive to the campaign. I mean that being in music.
Yeah.
Ick, and more. Eh, 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 Because if I were to figure out how to do so, I would make a mod for this game, for the game. Because if I go ahead and check the this
Mm-hmm.
this yeah, right here. However, I do plan. I might eventually make a discussion on if anyone has made any outside mods to like unlock access to everything else in the game.
Yeah.
That being all the campaign level exclusives, which I'm only focusing on the editor here. Yeah. But either way, here's a funny little glitch. Pay attention to the text of this NPC right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Normally when you press set NPC skins, you're able to see the player skins and your skins as well.
Yeah.
But if you're quick enough by doing this, yeah, you can kind of fuck up the text by going quickly enough. This is because the both texts are playing at the same time, so that happens. It's a very small visual glitch. It doesn't break anything.
Mm-hmm.
Though that doesn't mean I didn't encounter some glitches. If I extend the wall, if I place down some walls.
Oh yeah, like how much you can be squeezed into small room and then overinflate?
Quite a lot, might I add. If I go ahead and perfectly trap the player here in this small area, not only can the player not move to get anywhere because they're completely stuck.
Yeah.
because these are solid walls and cannot be broken.
Mm-hmm.
But if I throw a max size stick right here in, and then start the level, the player gets all scrunched up and glitched. It's still stuck though.
You keep it the worst.
Yeah. But if I give some space in between right here, I might have to move the other walls a little. Oh. But if I typically if I go ahead and make an opening, the player is going to get stuck, but that can happen. It's a common glitch you'll see, because as the game is trying to force the player into a better position, and so they're not stuck. But if the player is stuck, there is ways of getting unstuck by simply moving around like so. You are able to kind of get your character unstuck. It does take a little bit of finicking around. Okay, I think I might actually be completely stuck. But typically speaking...
What is happening with your body today?
I don't know. What I'm trying to showcase is that the game typically will try and force the player to get unstuck. I am going to move this very far out of the way, because I believe part of my character is being stuck. Because the game typically tries to keep the player from getting stuck, it'll typically try and shove the player out when moving slightly, as you can see. Yeah.
And now you can squeeze inside.
Not really. In fact, level design, heck, some custom levels actually take advantage of how the mechanics of this game work. You can see I'm too big and can't fit through.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go ahead and move the stuff around a little. If I go ahead and select this and extend it outwards, that's a bit. Typically speaking, the player is fully capable of squeezing through this gap.
Yeah.
So if I go ahead and like move the walls a little and then start, you see the player is fully capable of slipping through this without an issue. But if I place a 0.5 thick on top of the player, makes it easier.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not, they're a bit bigger. So if I try and do so, well, I can still fit through because the player isn't too large, as you can see.
Yeah.
Also, every time I'm referring to the character, I'm just going to refer to them as player. Yeah. But the second I increase it to to a larger size, player can't fit.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how hard I try, I'll slip through. So, you know. So if I go ahead and like shoot the player forward before they get too big, you can see it. See, and now I'm stuck. Kind of. You can typically tell when I get stuck because I won't be able to move. Yep, there's the stuck. Typically, if this happens, the game does have fail safes for this, at least in the campaign.
Hold on.
Hmm?
Gonna start. There is the clipping.
Yeah. Typically, the player isn't fully stuck. Oh, and now I'm stuck. Oh, never mind. And typically, when the game, to try and keep the player from getting stuck, most of the time the game does have ensures that you'll not get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And considering that some custom levels in the game do actually check to see if the player is stuck most of the time. There isn't any fail states in the game. And by the way,
Other than run
The
out
only-
of score.
hmm?
Other than run out of score.
For the Blu-ray mode levels, the only times that the game actually gets a bit difficult are for when you're going for the achievements. And Fatso Extraordinaire is the highest rank in the game. And with 17 achievements in the game, they're all pretty different in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, before I end off, I am gonna load up the main campaign just to showcase all the levels, just like as a brief glimpse to show all the levels you'll have.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the only levels that are available because of the whole passing are Girth of a Hero, Suburbia, Fats Food, Dojo. Okay, fun play on the name. Rolling Aces, Floaty Bakery,
Mm-hmm.
Lard Lab, Rotund Retreat, Seismic Showdown, Hefty Hideout, and Volminous Vault.
Mm-hmm.
In Blueberry mode, you'll all of these levels over here are included, not the final two. But either way, I might as well mention some things involving the game. The levels while every single level in the game, that being Girth Hero, the first, all of these levels are normal levels. You have to get all the Thiccs and then help everyone out. However, her Lard Lab, Rotund Retreat, Seismic Showdown, and Hefty Hideout are the only exceptions to the level ruling. And this is because in Lard Lab, as soon as you help everyone and collect all the thiccs that you need to get,
Yeah.
which is what they're called, an extra route opens up, and as soon as you go through it, the level ends.
Mm-hmm.
Rotund Retreat just has you reach the end of the level. And Seismic Showdown is surprisingly a boss fight. Hefty Hideout needs you to complete some tasks, and you'll be able to reach the end of the level.
Wow.
Vomois Vault is the...
Yeah.
Vomois Vault is one of the only levels in the game that only has the collects level requirement. Also, if this game were to ever receive, if the creator hadn't passed, unfortunately, judging by the size of the map, there probably would have been a bunch of extra levels as well. Well, in the game,
Mm-hmm.
and perhaps being a season 2 level. Oh, but either way, even though none of these other levels would be coming over anytime soon, and I do have theories on what they would have been. And this level here would have probably been taking place in a more urban environment. It's similar to Seismic Showdown. This one would have also taken place potentially around a mansion. Or in the mansion, because there are a few indoor levels. This one down here seems to be more of a circus-based environment, and more urban, potentially around Town Hall. This one more around a pool or ice skating rink. And this one, another mansion one, probably more bigger, this one being a smaller mansion. This one probably would have been a more specialized level, of possibly a lake, potentially.
Maybe you can show the boss fight.
I'd rather let you play through it. After all, you need to play the game. It wouldn't be much of a surprise if if I showed you. Either way, the boss fight actually isn't that hard anyway. It's mostly requiring some good pathing and aiming correctly. Yeah.
And what other skins you have, by the way?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pull them up. I basically have a large majority of skins unlocked. Any of the skins that have this little wrench here are workshop skins.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I know one of them is the default skin, is just the default placeholder skin. And somewhere. It's a little hard to find, but essentially speaking, every single skin in the game usually was by another creator, another fat fur in the community, or just some random character that's there. As you can tell by my frame rate drops, there's a lot of characters.
What was that end character, by the way?
Oh, one. I think I passed it. Right here. Yeah, Neko. Oh, you typically always earn money at the end of every level. Well, however, you can press buy random to get a random character, or if necessary, you can just press buy directly, like so, to unlock the character at a slightly higher price. Nice. You can press the star to favorite a character and move it up to the top, up like so. If we go ahead and press the star, go back, and go back in, and scroll up.
Is Nico but get larger when you inflate? If you can probably show.
Yes, all characters get larger. If I go ahead and go into level normally, I got a ping. Just ignore it. But essentially speaking, in the character getting very big is kind of a norm in this game. Like so. See? See?
I expected the butt of that character like get also large.
Unfortunately, it's not like that, unfortunately. But if you're actually wanting the character's tail to get larger, by going to content settings, you can turn on tail growth, which makes the tail of the character get bigger.
Huh. Oh, and how? Yeah, maybe we can probably spawn more of them.
Yeah, I'll just do that for the heck of it. Oop. First of all, I'm going to move this out of bounds. Typically, anyways, there we go.
Two, three.
There we go.
Whoa.
Yeah. See? Yeah. I typically don't play with it on that being tail growth, except which tail growth is normally like this.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, every single character can utilize tail growth use tail growth in their own way. Though it does look weird on some characters.
What is that one with the icons?
Oh, these characters here.
Oh.
These are typically these are typically characters that don't exactly fully have their characters set up. So just simply use a random screenshot.
Oh, you can
Anyways.
switch it between them? Intermit?
Yeah. You can switch between skins in the middle of levels. So right now I'm Oreo. Oh, I'm gonna switch to Tyler. See?
Mm-hmm.
I also might as well mention in this right here, some characters aren't able to be unlocked normally and are actually special code-based characters. Because not everyone is available.
Cheat codes?
Yeah. There's only... Yeah, almost everyone. One has their own skin. Almost every single major character has their own skin. And there are some... Yeah, so cheat codes essentially... So, yeah. Unlock all levels, unlocks all levels. Blueberry Me Now unlocks all the levels. Blueberry unlocks Blueberry levels. And then the skin codes unlock skin codes for every character.
When you go, yeah. How to get yourself into the game? Okay.
Yeah.
When you like log on the workshop and try type dragon, what do you get, Elisert?
Well, there are dragon characters. Dragon. Kind of. I might as well mention, there's no tag system. So you can't exactly categorize your character. categorize the different skins in the game,
Hmm.
and you'll always. So yeah. Okay. Oh, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and close out the game now.
Yeah.
And yeah. I might as well mention Creature Unknown did make some other games. Smasher is their most recognizable project.
Mm-hmm.
If I go ahead and copy their name, go to here, 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 itch.io. Okay, that kind of worked. If I go here, okay, thank you for Affinity. If I go to okay, games right here.
Yeah.
Here, they have made a few other games. Four of them to be exact. Fats Food, which actually is a level in this game. Hell, the character is actually there. Super Sky Sluggers, Quarantine Inflation Simulator, and Coin Purse Kobold.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these three games, while Fats Food, Sky Sluggers, Quarantine Inflation Simulator, and Coin Purse, there are some more minor projects that they've made. There are more, but not many of them have gotten that far in development, or were just simple prototypes.
Yeah.
Right. But of course, that's about what's necessary to know involving all of this. It's involving Smasher and its whole development. And I still have high hopes for the game. Similar to Gunsaw, I do eventually hope that someone makes a mod for this that brings in the stuff that's exclusive to the campaign.
Yeah.
But that's about what I have to mention. And anyways, you can probably go ahead and end it off now. No, so thanks for watching now. Bye bye.
Bye.